Hey, what's up, Ziguanas? In this stream, I will be trying Zig files, and this stream is a part of the larger series called Trying Zig Live, in which I will be discussing different Zig topics while documenting my Zig learning progress. My name is Dusan. Welcome to Zignited. Yeah, I've been absent from live streaming for 2 days because I was working a lot with some other projects some other projects. But yeah, I will try to be as regular as possible. So today on the menu are Zig files. And since I don't remember seeing anything in the docs about files, except when I searched the functions in the last day, I believe it was the last day of 30 days of Zig coding challenge, I found few functions there. And I also had the feedback, I think Robert said, that I should try some specific functions. So I will try to do a research today on how to use files in Zig. And in the meantime, I installed also this is CLion, so IntelliJ IDE. I love IntelliJ IDE, so I use them as much as I can. So I finally installed CLion, and I have installed here Zig on my machine. So I had this already a few days ago. And I also installed the Zig language server. So I have this already set up. And I will be probably making the video about this, setting ZLS and everything in CLion, because in Visual Studio Code it's quite easy to do everything, to set up everything, but in CLion, I mean, it's not hard, but there are a few more steps. So that's why I will probably make a video as a part of the tutorial that I mentioned before. So yeah, so from now on, I will be probably working in CLion most of the time. So on my local machine, I will not use these online playgrounds like before. But they are very, very interesting to start with. So if someone wants to start learning any programming language, this is the fastest way without researching how to install something local. I mean, with popular languages is easy, but the more language is exotic, it's going to be maybe harder. Okay, so like I said, this is just like a generic when I installed this CLion plugin called ZigBrains. So this is for JetBrains series of IDEs. I literally have here in the new project. So I will try to zoom. Yeah, I cannot zoom this part, but here in the file, new project, I have the option now to create a Zig project. And this is, I don't know why it's buggy, but it's actually detecting correctly where I have set up my Zig and ZLS. So this is how I created this project, and it has only few files. So a root and a main. And I also set up here the runtime because this was empty here when the project started. Hi, Lear, how are you? Long time no see. He's been like 4 hours, right? So yeah, I was saying here that I set up the configuration to run Zig. So this is generated when you generate this project. This is a boilerplate code that is generated for you. And they also have this build Zig. I want to say I love to combine words. Build Zig settings file, and also in the source there is main and root. And I remember that the main should be the entry point, right? So whenever you create any executable that you want to actually run, not to make our library, and this is what it contains. So this is just like the boilerplate. I will delete most of these things now, if not all. I just wanted to test if this runs. So if I click play button here, it's running. So because in the main, I believe it just prints here, yeah, run Zig test, blah, blah, blah. So then where is this? Yeah, here. All your code base are belong to us, the meme. So this is the only thing that is important. Let me actually delete everything here. And I will not do these tests yet because I want. So because I've never built before, I've already used playground. I don't know if this has to contain it. I guess it has. So yeah, I will leave it for now. These tests I don't need, at least these I can delete. And I will definitely play with this if I can run, but first I want to try if this is working now. Yeah, so still working fine. And let me, so this one I have to have if I want to print, and I will just use it in a little bit different way. So I will say const, I will call it print, and it's going to be dot dbg dot print, if I'm remembering. Dot print, and then let's try to print here. It's debug, not dbg, sorry. Debug. Okay. Yeah, now I have autocomplete, so I can even. Yeah, this is like light years. Closer. I want to say faster, but light years are for distance, not for speed. Yeah, speed of light, faster. Okay. So let's try to run now again, just to see if this runs. Yeah, and now if I don't import this lib, what will happen? Yeah, so it has to be there, like I guessed. Okay, so because this is the first time I'm running it locally, I did have. What did I do? When I installed Zig, when I played on my local machine, I never actually built anything. I was just like going through Zignited and build help so that I see what is there. But yeah, I did never actually build before. So this is why I wasn't sure if I have to import in this way, because I never paid attention to the boilerplate code. Yeah, so looks fine now. So let's see now how I can, and I can zoom this a little bit. And we don't need files to see the folder structure. So now what I want to do, I want to just create a dummy text file and open it and print it here. So that's like, let's start easy, just to read file. Let me see what your guys writing, sorry. So Lior says current mode is a pink strawberry ice cream, let's say like that. Mood as well. Yeah, one of these days, huh? Okay, so like I said, I'm going to create a file, and because I want to use it in this main, I will just temporarily put it in here. So I will just create a new regular file, this one. So I will call this one something like my underscore data.txt, and I will just create, let's say, name, and for example, so let's say the language, programming language name, programming language name, and I actually can do this. Let it be something like a CSV file. So yeah, I named it txt, but doesn't matter. And then I will put here, for example, version. And then in the next line, I will have Zig, and the version will be, let's say, 0.14.1. Yeah. So this is what I want to have. And in CLine and like in all IDs by JetBrains, by default, it will save every time you type. So you, that's why maybe if you're used to Visual Studio Code, you don't have this circle saying that you didn't save. I mean, you can also turn this on in Visual Studio Code, but by default here it's already doing that. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be my file, and I will call it txt. It doesn't matter. It's CSV basically. So I will just use the simple file here in the main Zig, so I don't need the folder structure anymore. So here I would like to load this file and to use it, right, to print it. Let's see what you guys wrote. Jorge, hi Jorge, welcome again. Let me see what you say. Since you're not writing a library, you can delete source root Zig and everything that references it. Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, let's do that. Let's make good habit Let's develop good habits. So delete, save, delete. Yeah, searching comments and string. Okay. And it says that there is one part where it's referenced. In which one? In main Zig. Ah, yeah, this one, of course, where I'm doing this. And now, this is also actually a different file here, which is this one. So source, yeah, it's in root Zig items to delete it. That's okay. Then in string occurrences in the build one result, root source file. Okay, so I believe this is something that is not important. Let's try now to delete. There, sorry. It's still warning me about this source file. Let's check what that is. So it's in unclassified, build, and then the first folder. Where is this unclassified? Maybe they're hidden. See them here. Okay, let's try to delete without searching comments strings and save delete. Yeah, just like that. Now let's see if I run. No, it doesn't like it. Why? Cache. Let local zig. Okay, so this is just where cached, but here in trying zig, it doesn't like something which is stored this app data in the local cache. If I put this back, then I guess it will not run because it doesn't have, yeah, still in build zig. Yes, sorry. Yeah, I somehow I didn't see here that it says it's in build. So let's search it here. It was root source file. So I guess I just comment it out. Now, if I run the main, still doesn't like it. Let me see if it appears somewhere else. Here as well. Right now. Still doesn't like it. Let's see if there is somewhere else. Here as well. Maybe these are the other roots. Give me just, yeah, this is lib. Maybe I can comment out this entire thing. Let's see. And also here. Still doesn't like something. Try to see here. Here. A lot of these. No, yeah, it needs some of these. So it's not all for libraries. This is for the module root. Let me see what else is there. DB unit tests. Okay. So let's undo. Why it's not undoing? Okay. So this one I will leave. Then here, lib unit tests. Okay, this one I will comment out. Code 2, we get another one. It's a bit, okay, here. So it uses this unit tests and still does like something here as this test. So I can even comment out the other tests because I deleted them from, but yeah, it was working before. So it doesn't like still something. Maybe let's go find the root from the beginning. Pay attention what I'm commenting. So let's try to do this. No, one library. I don't want that. Exit okay. Root. Everything. That's okay. So let's do this thing so that I don't have any unit tests. Like now, here. Okay, still like something. Target equals standard target option. Okay, optimize standard option. Okay, lib mode we don't need. Exe mode. Ah, main Zig, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, because I didn't even see what I commented out. I just searched for the root and okay, now it works finally. Okay. Yeah, nice. Let me see what you guys wrote on code line 37. Let me just see what you meant. Yeah, that's the same one that I. Okay, okay. Thank you, Jorge. Okay, so now we have a running Hello World basic application. So now I will try to figure out how to use here. So it's I think it's buffered read or what exactly the name. Buffered reader, this one, I believe. Let's see how it looks like. Buffer size and reader type. And what is the type? So let's do something different. I will use ChatGPT here and I will drag it to the screen so that I see how can I use. And I did prompt this before I started this live stream because I guessed I might be uh, wandering a bit inside of the docs. So that's why I will find it. Give me just a second. Okay, this is it. And I will just drag it here. See? So I just wrote how to open a file in Zig as string. And let's see what it suggests. So reading file is a common task. The idiomatic and easiest way to do this with the read file alloc. So I will start simple because I'm still not familiar with the buffer and everything. I just want to read it anyway. I can, and then I will see that I figure out how to use these proper ways. Read file alloc function from the standard libraries file system module. This approach handles opening the file, determining its size, allocating the correct amount of memory, and also this will help. It will provide me the code because I haven't played myself with the allocators. I remember going through them, but this will speed up things. So allocating the correct amount of memory, reading the contents, and closing the file, all in one convenient function call. Cool. Here are two main ways to do it: easy idiomatic way and the manual way, which helps in understanding the process. So let's try first the easy. We have something that works, and then we'll try the other one. So they say use stdfs current working directory, I believe, and then read file alloc. This function takes an allocator, the file path, and a maximum size limit to prevent accidentally reading a huge file into memory. Okay. Complete runnable example. And let me copy paste because here it's all gray. And I don't want to copy the entire main method, but from here, let's say. and I will paste it here. And let's see what they want to do. Create a dummy file that I don't want to create. And I have to import this as std as well, because I'm importing only print here. Okay, so I don't want to create a dummy file. Let's see what they do. They create hello text. Then they've, okay, this is what I will comment out for now. It's interesting, but I just want to read the one that I already have created. Then get an allocator. The heap page allocator is a good general purpose choice. Okay, const allocator, std heap page allocator. Yeah, I remember seeing this one. I also remember some arena, different one. Okay, then the next step, read the entire file into string slice. We must provide a reasonable size limit to avoid allocating too much memory. So const max file size. Okay, I can even use less. So I will take this here and I will just do 1024. So this is 1 kilobyte, right? Actually, let me see how large the file is in a second. So it should be very small, right? Because 1 kilobyte, yeah, but this is rounded up. Let me do 2 kilobytes just in case. So say times 2. Const file string, okay. UA slides of U8s. This is like type hinting here because now, yeah, it's much easier once you have all this. But I didn't want to use this at the beginning because I wanted this to be, I wanted to memorize as much as possible without having this ID help. But now it's very helpful, of course. So this is, the file path is missing. Okay, they probably didn't even create it here. No, they have. So this is the part that they use for both of them. So in my case, it's my data txt. Okay, so let me just follow up through what they are doing here. So they say try std file system, current working directory, read file allocator, and then they pass the allocator that was created here, right? Yeah, here. Then they pass the max bytes that was also created in the line max file size. Okay, is this is the inner how it's called, the parameter of the function is called max bytes, and this is how it's locally called here. Okay, then they load it in here, which is a slice of U8s. Then what they say, since we allocated memory, we must free it when we're done. So yeah, this is nice Zig pattern that I have seen. The defer ensures runs at the end of the function. Defer ensures this runs at the end of the function, even if errors occur later. So this is going to run. It's going to call the allocator free method, and it's going to free this U8 slice from the heap. Okay. Then use the string. Probably they are going to print it out. Let's see. Yeah, print. I just want to see what they say. Result is a U8 slice, which is how Zig handles strings. We can print it using the standard S format specifier, and this is just like successfully read file into string, and then they put a string inside of this appends file string, and then the type of the result is, yeah, let's do this. This is nice. So, and we have an error. Let's see if it's going to be helpful. Yeah, it doesn't tell me a lot. Here. So try. It says the following command exited with error code 1y. One failed. The following build command failed with code 1. Okay, let's try to see the stack, and let me do it in this way. File not found. How come? My underscore data.txt. Let's see. What did I do? my underscore data dot txt. Aha, it starts from the root, maybe that's why it's not in the I kind of remember something like this, so maybe I have to say slash source, and then let's try. If not, I will print the current working directory just to see, but I just want to see if this is going to work. So slash source slash my data. Let's try now. Probably the same. Why is so many spaces here? What does it say? Am I blind or I cannot see? Let's start from the beginning. Debug native, debug native, debug native. Feed, okay. On command line, error code. Okay, let's see now. Maybe I'm not escaping. Maybe I'm using this. So maybe I have to escape because this is Windows. On Windows, it's like this. Let's try. What did I say? File not found. Okay. Now it cannot find. Let me print this current working directory. I just want to see what it is before it breaks. So here, let's print. And let's say current working directory. And then let's do this here. And let's try like this. Where is my print assistant directory? So now it breaks here. What is happening? Oh, no, it's breaking here. Okay. So this is actually printing, but then because I don't have \n, it's not showing this. It looks like it's at the same line. Okay, but let me do this as a string if it's possible to see. Yeah, it doesn't let me to do that. Then any. Yeah. So any opaque at 54. It doesn't tell me the name of the directory. Can I do something like dot here and get the name? That okay, let's see, maybe that's interesting. Let's do the stat, and let's try to do this like this first. Okay, because it's error union, so let's do any. Error access denied. The rights. Okay. Okay, how can I give Zig rights to my directory here? Let me see if the AI can help. This looks like something it could. So yeah, Windows. Jorge says the problem is Windows. Okay, let's see their broken string encoding. Yeah, but I'm here. Let me show you. Not here, here. So here where I print just the current working directory stats, it tells me I have no access there. So let me just do that, and I will comment all these other things just to check. Here, for example, if I do all these, if I comment them out and run the code, you see, so it's access denied. Here, when I try to do this and then stats. So let me see if I can do what the AI suggests. So I haven't played with this Windows security since I was studying. That was the last time. So property security tab. Okay, let's do that. So you will not see here, but I will go to the folder. So I guess it's the source one. I cannot even know which one because it doesn't say. So security, and then what it says, ensure write is allowed. Okay, let's see. Write, yes, it's allowed. But this is allowed for system, for authenticated users. This is for authenticated users. For system is like this. Yeah, this one is not. Let's try. Edit here. Okay, so then let's see. Right. But what I want for this one. And let me see if this is going to work now. Okay, now it doesn't break, but it doesn't show me the stats. Okay, now if I uncomment this thing, what will happen? Now I have access. Aha, maybe it was still access denied, but I wait. No, it's still access denied. Okay, okay. So I just missed it. Yeah, it's not an error because I commented out the part that was breaking the code. This is not breaking, it's just an error. Access denied. Okay, so this did not help. Yeah, now all have these permissions. Let me see here. No, it's not there. Okay, there are too many things to here. To what they suggest, like too many things. I will not do all of this. So give me just a second to think, and then let me put this back how it was, because I still haven't fixed the problem, and I don't want to use this security if not necessary. But this is going to be the problem. So let me think one more time. If I do this, will I get the same error? No, it doesn't tell me access denied. Maybe it was that specific function. So let's try something else. Ah, I deleted too much. Okay, so here I wanted this. Let's try metadata. Access denied. It doesn't let me anything. I forgot what they said about current working directory, default one in Zig. Let me see if I can search. This is something that Zig. I read it, but I forgot. Zig default. Okay. Let me try to hardcode. Maybe it's not the correct working directory, not the working directory, but let me try to do it in this way. So if I take the entire path here, and then let's do my data.txt, my data.txt. Okay, now it doesn't break, so now it does find file, but it's still successful read file into string. Yeah, it's reading. Okay, now it's fine. So who knows what was the current working directory by default? And here they are using the read. So yeah, we'll have to definitely research. So this one I don't need anymore, the stat or anything. So I can even comment this out, because I forgot. I literally read it like 3 days ago. What is the default current working directory? But I forgot. So it's important that it now reads the string when I provide the absolute path. Okay, so that's a progress. Okay. So now let's see what would be interesting to do next. Let's try writing into file as well. Let's try to do this part and see if it will work. So this part here. And let's see if this is going to change the current file. So now it's programming language name version Zig. So I will actually copy this because I want to also play with it. Build I don't need anymore. So I'll just put here at the beginning these two lines as a comment. And then I will just run this code and see if it will change the data here. Probably because it exists. It's something else. 1621. Expected one argument found 2. File path and file content to write. Let's see how this looks like. Now this is perfect because I can read the docs. So the directory and the write file options. Let's see. This is the directory. This makes sense. So this is file path, okay. And then write options, what they do with them. So they're calling it options. So they call create file subpath options subpath options flags. Write content to the file system using the file creation flags provided. Okay. So these options are subpath. So it does not take file. So how can you then write a file if you don't have and itself? They don't do anything. They just here have create file. So they just use the options. Options subpath options data. So the directory is the self. So this needs to be called on that object. So not like here on current working directory. I have to call it on some other thing. File path. Let's try to do this. So first let me copy. Paste. File path is a constant slice. File content to write. So it's not that one. So this is not a file struct or anything. This is just like a constant pointer to a slice or an array. I'm not sure. A file string. So let's try. Yeah, but it will not know what is the file path in this way. Let me see. Go one more time here just to see. Right. So this is basically on CWD. So let me see if I type a dot, if I can set the file path somehow. There is only one set function here. Read. File. this path. See what this one about. Make path. And this is looks like creating a file. Let's see what they say. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Right, this one. So source path is the file path. Like file destination the same. If it will okay, no, it doesn't like it anywhere. The work in there, file path. Okay. Doesn't like any of these. Okay, let's see if I say the right file actually. What will yeah, only right file options. Directory is the self. But how they set up the directory? Let me see one more time, and then I'll ask ChatGPT, not ChatGPT, but Gemini. Path, find that one. Well, oh, let's see this one about. This account has absolute path name of pet name relative to this directory. If pet name is absolutely yours. Yeah, but I don't want to return. I want to set. So this is not going to do that. Let's see what Gemini will say. And I was running this code here. This is a different one. Okay. Okay. And library functions that make multiple configuration like parameters like blah 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 blah. Expect them as fields when a single anonymous struct. Okay, let's try like this. And let's comment out the original one, but I still have it. So file content to write will be here. Okay, let's try now. Okay, bug declared here. No field name path is struct. No field name path instruct. Let's see. And here, struct. Okay, let's see how it's declared. Subpath data and flags. Okay, we are getting closer. Data. So this is subpath, not path. Okay. It flags nothing, so I can even leave this, I believe, by default. Empty. And then I can comment out these two, and here, let's say dot and dot. Why doesn't like it? I equal, sorry. I'm blind sometimes. Okay. Let's try now. And yeah, I forgot this one. So let's do here. Oh, it didn't break. Let's see. Yeah, we wrote into a file finally. Yeah, so this is literally like with the help of AI and a bit of reading the errors in while building and a human to put them together. It's kind of like a cyborg. Half AI, half human work. Yeah. Okay, so I'm pretty satisfied that at least, so at the beginning I thought I'm going to cover much more things, that I will play a bit more with files, but once I start getting these weird errors, then I thought I'm not going to make even like I'm not going to make it like even to write into a file today. That I will have to finish the stream without even writing to a file, but because this just happened, I'm so happy that I at least wrote into a file. So even like if I stop here, it would be great. But yeah, so this is in a nutshell what I need to do the and in a line save state. So now, of course, it's about processing things, but that's a different thing. So this is just like when you read a string, when you read a file and make it a string, that you process it. It doesn't have to do anything with files anymore. And also to write, you do the opposite, right? So let me see what you guys wrote. Jorge says, first time I have bothered to do that. AKA, you need to convert to Windows UTF-16. Yeah, Windows. Yeah. Yeah, this encoding can also be weird. Yeah, so but in my case, I had some problems with CWD because it was pointing to something that I forgot what is the default current working directory, and I didn't have access to it. So maybe the default is on C, where I have Zig installed. So that's why I don't have access to C, and I cannot. So this is like the craziest thing. It just says access denied, and I don't know which folder it cannot access to, so that I can make changes in permissions. But eventually, when I did this absolute path, it worked. So for the file reading and for the file writing, simply what. So this is what Gemini gave me at the first try, and this was breaking the code. So maybe this was like this in some previous version of Zig, but now it works with this struct, which I found about from the errors. And then I went here to see how the struct looks like. So, and also some create flags can be used here. Yeah, so at least this part works now. And I know how to write into files and how to read from them. Let me see for what Jorge says. To use relative paths, that is, yeah. To use the relative paths, it's a different story. Yeah. These are the joys of working on different operating systems, and I would love to try this, so I will definitely try off, because I cannot now switch to a Linux, but I will try to run the same code on Linux, and of course on Linux this doesn't work. So on Linux it's a forward slash, but I believe this is going to be enough if I do this same file on same code on Linux, that it will just run. I don't see why it wouldn't. Let me see what the Jorge says. No, the Gemini stuff is the function signature, but you are not supposed to use the first argument, just the string. Ah, okay. Let me try it that way. So just to try things, right? So I will copy the Gemini, because I want to keep it the original just for reference in the future. And I want to have, yeah, but then how will it know what is the path if I just put the string? Because this is what I was struggling also to how to set the file path so that this one knows. So if I just create the file content, I guess it will not know where to write. Yeah. Let me see what you write. It's just wrong. Yeah, it seems to be wrong, because it takes only one. If I go to the, let me uncomment out this part that I have a usage of it that it doesn't complain. So here in write file, when I went here, I've seen that there is like self, which is the directory, and then the options. So you cannot do anything with self because it's automated. And this is then the only parameter, write file options. But here I didn't like, I should have clicked here immediately just to see what are the options. And then I would got this much sooner. But I just wanted to experiment first. So I just wanted to see. And then I got like this, I went on a different path because I was trying to see if I can somehow set to this object. I mean, I keep calling them objects because I'm used to object-oriented programming, so it's not an object, but this struct or whatever contains so in this case it is a struct, but whatever this thing needs to work with, current working directory struct or whatever it is. So yeah, but at the end I've learned something new, even though that I spend a lot of time doing it. And this is the reason so why I mentioned in what's next for Zig, I think that's the name of the video on YouTube. This is the reason why I didn't want to do first an inline with file system, because I never tried to do anything with files. And I assumed correctly that this can happen, something like this, that I will spend a lot of time on just like this basic thing, reading from the file and writing into it. And then if I named the stream like an inline with files and saving state, and then I spend 1.5 hours doing this, then probably I will have to stop the stream, because I wouldn't want it to be like 3 hours or more. And then I kind of like told people, hey, come to see how I will code and inline and save state into files, and then I spent an hour and a half just like trying to read and write from to a file. That's why I wanted to do this in this way, that I first try things that I want to implement in practice, because I haven't seen any of these in the docs, so I had to try them first and see how this works. Yeah, but now I at least know one way how to write and read files in Zig. And then probably I will do another iteration of this, but not immediately, because I have also different topics that are maybe more interesting at the moment, because this is like the way that works to write into file. Maybe not the best, but at least it works. So I will then, next time I do this series, Trying Zig Live, I will do some different concept, maybe like you getting the user input or something like that, because I will need also that to integrate with the game. So yeah, that sounds like a plan. So I might be doing the next one, the next video, about this and in line with saving state, where I will play with processing strings and saving them and so on. And also maybe maybe I will, yeah, I can do that. So that I don't do only these series that I just try live things. I wanted to kind of finish this and in line that I started as soon as possible. So that's why I think the next video, the next stream will be me doing that, like any line with writing into files. And other than that, I will do Ziglins, of course. And I will then probably the next stream in this series about trying Zig things, I will do user input and play with those. And then maybe also error handling, because I believe, I mean, it still can happen that I cannot do it for 1 hour, and I will spend 1 hour just to try to figure out how to get the user input, and then I will get it after 1 hour. But in case I make it in like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, so much faster than 1 hour, I don't want to finish stream and just like stream 10 minutes, then probably I will then do some error handling, because users can type many different things. So I just want to see, like, for example, if I ask a user, type a number of the column where you want to play in foreign line, and they write something like a character that is not numerical, then I want to raise an error or something like that. So just to play with these kind of things, so that I make this more realistical and usable. So yeah, I think that's the idea. So that next time I will do probably an inline files and writing state into file, and then I will go from there. That's the, oh, sorry, you are writing something, Jorge, and I didn't read. Let me see what you read. Long story short. So Jorge says, long story short, to use relative paths, you need to pass the name through std Unicode. So I'll copy paste this comment that you have here, so that I have it for future as a reference. And I will just paste them here. This can be one line comment. Okay, so std Unicode. What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? 16. Okay. Get in the string. Okay, okay. Or a similar function. Yeah, thanks for clearing that up. Clearing that out. So I will keep it here in the comments, because it's going to be easier to find because I will refer to this file in the future. Whenever I need to read and write from the files, I will just like copy paste from here, that I don't waste time on these, and then I will be able to see your comment here. It's easier than searching for in videos and going through the live chat and see where you commented out. Let me, yeah, I understood that you're just like giving an example, that I will paste it here. Thank you. Yep. So yeah, I'm actually now very satisfied with what I did today. So let me go to this ending screen. Yeah, like I said, I'm very satisfied with what I did at the end. So when I started, I thought I'm going to test many different things. I had much more ambitions for today, but then, like I said, somewhere at the middle, I thought I'm not going to even make it like a working writing part of the code. But then once I did, I'm very happy that at least I have like this as a whole in this stream, that I managed to read from a file and write from a file, write to a file. So I will take this small win better than the alternative. Yeah, so that would be about it for today. Probably tomorrow I will stream the next series. So I will start a new not sorry, I will not start a new series. I want to say I'll finish with this series and in line. So I will do the state saving and reading into a file and from a file tomorrow. So that's the plan. Okay, thanks guys for being here one more time, and see you next time. Bye bye.